Alrighty, here we go. Back at it again. Back at it again. Greetings and salutations. I am G, the seeker of truth, and this is Spiritual Steak. And yes, your spirit is at stake. If you were here for you seen the last video, then welcome back. Here we go. Round two. We're going in round two. And this time I just want to propose. First and foremost, let me address something. All the information that I'm giving, I'm not trying to push off nothing that I believe on nobody else. I'm not trying to do none of that. This ain't what this is. All I'm doing is bringing some information to you in a different light. And you can receive that information however you would, and you can apply however you see fit. But I'm not trying to force anything on you. I'm not trying to say that this is better than that or that is better than this or these people right or these people wrong. I'm just giving you the information. I'm going to let you make the decision for yourself. And so, in this moment, I want to speak about the 144,000. Right? We go into the book of Revelations, Revelation 7:4. It says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." Now, when you read that, and if you were taught the same way I taught, they were talking about, you were thinking in the sense of 144,000 like being a physical number of people. But we have to understand that we are not physical. We are spiritual beings on a physical journey, on a physical experience, right? This is nothing more than the spirit bearing flesh of the bearing witness of the flesh and the flesh bearing of the spirit, right? And so, like, for a person to think that out of all these billions of people on this earth, there are only 144,000, for whatever reason, you can't. So only 144,000 are special? No. My question is this: what if indeed the 144,000 were not a number of people, but indeed a frequency? Right? What if it was a frequency? Everybody run around trying to be a better person. You need to be trying to raise your frequency, right? And let's talk about 144,000. If you put 144,000 in as a frequency, you will find out that this is referred to as the God frequency, the frequency in which brings spiritual oneness, right? So I am more inclined to believe that 144,000 is not a number of people, but a frequency level, a different level of consciousness, a different level of thinking, right? It is more logical, it is more logistical for a person to look at it from that standpoint of it being a frequency as opposed to it only being 144,000 that are truly worthy, right? And then I like to give a little evidence and things of that nature. And so I'm going to hit it with the scripture that comes beforehand, right? Revelation 7:3 saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads." Right? Foreheads, vibration, frequency, vibrational frequencies. And then it say going to take 12,000 of the tribe of Judah, 12,000 of the tribe of Reuben. And so you put 12,000 in as a frequency. And like I'm saying, don't take my word for none of this. Please don't take my word. Please Google it, Webster it, whatever you got to do to it, do it. Even if you ain't doing it for the nothing but the sake to say, I'm lying. Do it. Do the research. The word tells you to study to show yourself approved. And the problem is that we were getting taught everything and felt like we didn't need to study, right? Or like the studies that we went to on Wednesday nights was the study indeed he was talking about. But we have to understand, like, you got to break out. And so I go back to 7, and I think because Jesus told his disciples that he taught to them in parables, right? And so if you go and you look up what a parable is, like what is the definition of a parable, it's metaphors and tropes and exaggerations and satire. And like me, I didn't know what 2 of these words meant. So I went and looked it up. And so I went and looked up the word satire. And it is the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity. You ain't catched it. I'm going to grab it back from over your head. I'm going to bring it back and I'm going to throw it in your face again. It is the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices. I made a statement in episode 1 that said these words in which we use dictate the understanding in which we get. I said the word say, and you can go look at it. It's in 2 Timothy. Study to show yourself approved. To show oneself approved. Study. And so when you take this, and you take the word parable and you break it down, you get these words that are synonymous with parable. You come into these words like satire. And then you break it down, right? And when you're looking up the word satire, you want to think of words that are synonymous with satire, right? S-A-T-I-R-E. I might not be saying it right. I might be saying a little bit of country. But if you're meant to get it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You hear me? So, and when you look up satire and then you look up words that are synonymous with this, it's like idiomatic expression. Idiomatic expression. That's what it's called. Idiomatic expression. I-D-O-I-M-A-T-I-C. Expression, E-X-P-R-E-S-S-I-O-N. And it is an expression that meaning cannot be inferred from the meaning of the words that comprise it, right? And so, I can tell you the truth. And I can lie to you in the very same sentence. And depending upon which words I choose to use in this sentence, is going to dictate the meaning and what you take out of it. You have to, you have to understand within yourself, right? These words in which we use, we're taught they are called what? Spelling words. We're taught that in grade school, from kindergarten. These are spelling words. Spells. Casting spells upon ourselves. And then the word tell you in James that the word, beware of the tongue, is a double-edged sword. That the power of life and death will lie in the tongue. So yes, it matters what words they used. And it is your job, or it's my job I have taken upon myself, G, the seeker of truth. It is my job to come into you and tell you, hey, dig a little bit deeper. Go a little bit harder, go a little bit stronger. And when you start digging down into these words and you start actually taking words that you don't know the meaning of yourself and you look them up the definition and then you take that word and you say, well, I understand the power of the tongue, the power of the spoken word. And you look at word that's synonymous with it. So if I don't want to say I'm good, what can I say besides I'm good? And then you start seeing these other words. And you start looking them and you start breaking it down. And you come to a point of realization that, Say Jesus told Nicodemus, say that if a man be born again, that's the only way he can enter into the kingdom of heaven. And Nicodemus say, how can a man be born again? Can he go back into the womb of the mother? And so I got to look it up. What does born again actually mean? Transformed, rebirth. And so one of these words that is synonymous